Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chief Technology Officer, SAP, Juergen Mueller.
Namaskara, namaste. A big welcome to SAP TechEd here in Bangalore. It is so good to see many of you here. I have been at many TechEd events. This year, it's the first time for me as the CTO of SAP, and I decided to do all 3 TechEd keynotes, and I'm very happy to be here in Bangalore. So, thanks for attending here, but also thanks for watching online. A few questions to start, just that I get to know the audience a bit. Who of you watched both TechEd keynotes already, Las Vegas and Barcelona? Okay, few, good, some more, very good. Who of you watched at least one? Okay, very good. So, we made a lot of very exciting announcements in those 2 keynotes there, for example, about SAP HANA Cloud, SAP Graph, Data Warehouse Cloud, and great announcements related to the SAP Cloud Platform and SAP Analytics Cloud. Today, I will cover a lot of new topics. It will be very detailed and technical, and we have a lot of good content here. So, one more question before we start. Who is the first timer at TechEd? Who is at TechEd the first time? Wow, many people here. So, let's give our first timers an extra round of applause. Welcome. Especially for the first timers, but of course for everyone. Make use of TechEd to expand your professional network. Get to know people you don't know yet. This is as important as getting to know new content. Get to know SAP experts, get to know your peers. Bangalore is where India's IT industry started. And I have a good friend of mine who is an expert here, a local expert, and he told me and showed me that Bangalore is full of pubs and full of software developers. So it's the best combination you can have. So this was very inspiring for me. I liked it right from the beginning. And now, of course, in my role as the CTO, I don't have time to code anymore, but I studied computer science and really enjoyed spending all of my time writing code. But also, and you know that as well, a lot of time goes into non-coding activities. And I want to give you one shocking statistic about the work of developers. Although we focus on software developing, we actually only spend 50% of the time working on code. 50% are spent for administration tasks, for meetings, for support, or even sales-related activities. Even more shocking, half of the time that is left for programming is spent on debugging. Yeah. Is that what we want to do? No, I think that's a huge experience gap. And I think we as a whole industry can do better. So how can SAP help close this kind of experience gap? With the Intelligent Enterprise, we help our customers to bring operations and experiences together. So SAP, for a very long time, is already the leader in enterprise applications. We have the most comprehensive cloud ERP and solution portfolio to help companies run their businesses. So we have a deep understanding of operational data, OData. Now, with Qualtrics joining the SAP family, we also help capture experience data, X-data. These are sentiments, these are preferences, emotions of consumers, employees, and so on. So a 2-sentence summary is, OData tells you what happens, while X-data tells you why it happens. And this not only applies to the developer experience example, it also holds true for business applications. And in the middle of this, you see that we infuse intelligence along the way, such that our applications differentiate with technology. That way, we help business users take the right decisions at the right point in time. This intelligent enterprise you see here, this is SAP's new DNA. And today, I will share some very interesting updates in each of these 3 chapters with you from a CTO perspective. Let's directly start. Let's dive into the chapter operations. In small as well as large companies, you need to manage customer operations, you need to have the right employees in place, you need to manage your financials, you need to organize your manufacturing, your supply chain, and of course, in order to do that and to work, to produce, you have to procure material. In all those areas, SAP offers modular yet integrated solutions. As a customer, you can use one of them, you can use 2 of them, or of course, we love you most if you use all of them. Let me talk a bit about how we support companies with our solutions end to end. There are actually 4 mega processes that touch 80% of what customers ask SAP to do. And I know we are a technical audience, but even in the most technical job, I want you to have a high-level understanding of these processes. Because without them, actually nothing in a company works. And it's SAP's mission to help companies run better. This is why we rethink those processes, we drive automation along them, we adjust them for different industries. The processes are design to operate, total workforce management, source to pay, as well as lead to cash. Let's have a quick look at the lead to cash process. No company would exist for long without having this process in place. It starts with the lead. This is an interested potential customer. It continues with an opportunity, with a quote, with an order, and then continues with sending an invoice, and in the end, receiving a payment. On a super high level, that's it. This is the lead to cash process. Obviously, for companies, a very important process. In order to integrate our solutions along those end-to-end processes, we run an internal engineering program called Intelligent Enterprise Program. And this is the largest engineering program we currently have at SAP. And of course, we publish our roadmaps online. You asked for that. I will not go through this in detail, but as you can see here on the slide, we focus on seamless user experience, functional enhancements, intelligence, analytics, and of course, functional integration. What you can see here is that we're improving all the time. If you want to learn more about this, visit sap.com/roadmaps. And if you want to know more about these mega processes, make sure to visit the Intelligent Enterprise experience at the show floor. Many of you asked deeper questions. Asked, how can I become an intelligent enterprise? And what is the architecture documentation? So let me quickly show you what we are doing. If you want to integrate along end-to-end processes, of course, APIs are very important. And let's look at a process example that goes across multiple products. SAP delivers that out of the box. But when you embed third-party products, this process overview helps you. So our central entry point for APIs is the SAP API Business Hub. So here you see our solutions, and you find APIs and integrations related to those. And what will be new in a couple of weeks from now, we will publish these business processes here. We talked about the lead to cash process, and one sub-process of that actually is quote to order. So let's look into it. Here you can see an overview of the quote to order sub-process. And let me give you a real-world example to make it easier for you. So you want to buy a new laptop. Sounds very simple. You go online, you buy a laptop. Sure. But when you want to buy more than one laptop, when you want to negotiate price, when you want to have additional services, when you want to subscribe to extended support, this means that you very likely have to connect multiple systems. So let's have a closer look. Before I do that, I need to warn the non-technical audience here. So we open up the books a bit and open the Intelligent Enterprise circuit board, if you wish. This is a lot more complex than these high-level processes, but I mentioned that we will be technical, and this will be the most technical keynote, TechEd keynote this year. So, what do you see here? You see a collaboration diagram, which gives you a complete overview, a value flow of that process. It helps you to understand how systems work together and how the APIs work and work together as well. So what you see here in these different lanes are the different systems. We have SAP Commerce Cloud, that's the shop. We have Cloud Platform Integration, because you need to integrate certain systems. The sales representative, if they need to make you an offer, work with SAP Configure Price Quote. And then for subscription products, we have SAP Subscription Billing, as well as, of course, S/4HANA Cloud, because this is where we store all the products, for example, and all the orders. I will not go into the details. You can do that in a couple of weeks yourself. But this is not just a documentation. And this is why this is so great for developers. What you see here is that, for example, you see the cloud platform integration flow, where we connect and replicate orders from SAP Commerce Cloud to SAP S/4HANA. Also here, I will not go into the details. What you also can do is you can directly look at the right APIs. So here, this is the respective API. That's the sales order, create, update, delete API in S/4HANA. It's a SOAP API. You can download the specification. You know here, you know where the location is, and so on and so on. So let me quickly go back to this diagram. And this is the first time we showed this to the public world. How do you like it? In one of the former keynotes, we talked a lot about S/4HANA. So let me now talk a bit more about C/4HANA, because many of you also asked us what is happening there. The lead to cash process, of course, a large part of that is captured with C/4HANA. So on api.sap.com, if you go to C/4HANA, you will actually find all the integrations that we developed and the APIs. And by now, we delivered 88 integrations for cloud to cloud and 63 integrations from cloud to on-premise solutions. And if we go to the slide, you see that this goes across all the sub-processes of the lead to cash process. Also related to C/4HANA, let me give you an update regarding the user experience. As you know, some of the C/4HANA products were initially built by SAP, and others joined the SAP family through acquisitions. And for the whole C/4HANA portfolio, in this Intelligent Enterprise program, in the context of the lead to cash process, we started a journey towards harmonizing the user experience. And as you can see here, we updated user interfaces for Sales Cloud and SAP Marketing Cloud already. You see a before and after picture. So a lot going on in the lead to cash process, not only in S/4HANA, but also here in C/4HANA. With that, let me close the chapter on operations and let me come to intelligence. Many companies actually are changing their business model and do not only offer a physical product, but they also offer digital products. Now let's leave laptops aside for a second, and for this chapter, let's jump into an example of a sports business. So a lot is happening in that industry. Adidas quite some time ago acquired Runtastic, Under Armour acquired MyFitnessPal, Nike collaborates with Apple on an app, and Google now wants to buy Fitbit. So actually many, if not all, sports companies offer apps that allow you to track your runs and your workouts and log the equipment you've used. Some of the companies do that with SAP technology. And just for the sake of the example, let's assume that an athletics shoe company just acquired a sports tracking app. So what does that mean from a technology perspective? Of course, these apps are cool gadgets, and the users can, and they can positively impact the company's brand. But think about chief marketing officers. They need to spend their marketing budget wisely to help their company succeed in a highly competitive market. Or think about chief product officers of the shoe company. They need to stay ahead of what runners really need. And of course, this is much easier if you can ask thousands of runners directly or indirectly via such a running app. And we don't only help the shoe company, but we help all of you to tap into such technologies. We provide SAP technology to store vast amounts of data generated by consumers, combine them with your operational data, and also combine them with external sources using our database and data management solutions. We help you to integrate applications or to create entirely new applications with the right development tools and frameworks. Also, we help you generate the necessary business insights, even without being an analytics expert, with SAP's analytics portfolio. And you want to make use of intelligent technologies to gain even deeper insights into your customer base through custom machine learning models. Overall, we want to help you, and we want to provide you the fastest way to turn data into business value. And this is why we have been incrementally evolving our digital platform to move towards a business technology platform. What does that mean? 5 things. First, we bring HANA and analytics closer together with the cloud platform. Second, we provide easier access to SAP data. We showed SAP Graph in the keynote in Las Vegas. Third, we provide business services like billing as a service, business document processing as a service, tax as a service. Fourth, we are much more open, for example, by including certain hyperscaler services. And fifth, we make the business technology platform easier to consume, also from a commercial perspective, with our cloud platform enterprise agreement. So you can buy cloud credits and basically use it like a prepaid phone card. We will now go through all these 4 sections, and let us start with the first one on database and data management. Already in Las Vegas, we announced SAP HANA Cloud. We also showed you SAP Data Intelligence and SAP Data Hub to do complex data processing. Now, let's come back to the example of the shoe company. So they not only acquired a great sports tracking app, but probably they also acquired an ERP system and CRM system and terabytes, if not petabytes, of data currently sitting in a hyperscaler data lake. If they cannot turn this data into business value, that just creates cost. In order to create this business value, very often the CIO is asked to combine incoming data with the existing data. Another challenge that our shoe company faces, and many companies face, is the unification of master data. So the running app users and the shoe company customers' database need to be merged, but of course only for consenting users. That app already has a broad set of shoe models as well, which you can pick. Our company has like the same shoe models as materials in S/4HANA. Probably they are described differently. They need to be merged. Otherwise, you cannot do any analytics on top. And the former running app provider stored their leads in a third-party CRM system. So how do we match those with the ones we have in our C/4HANA system? Luckily, we have a solution for that. With SAP Master Data Governance, we offer a solution that helps you to consolidate and centrally govern the master data lifecycle. so that you can increase the quality and consistency of information across your organization. Let's have a quick look of how this looks like. So it's easy for the shoe company to consolidate the app customer master data with their existing customer database by specifying matching rules. This could look for similarities of names, addresses, and so on. So the first consolidation run then reveals the rare cases where no automated matching can be done. So you can just reject or accept them manually. And afterwards, you have a consolidated customer master data set to work with. The SAP Master Data Governance can even do more. It constantly monitors how fit your data is to be used in business processes. If, for example, a previous consolidation went wrong, Master Data Governance points you even to the sources of that defect. And then you can, of course, fix the issues yourself, or even better, you can derive that automatically, for example, by business rules or machine learning leveraging historical data. In the end, what you get and what you need as a business is consolidated master data with the desired quality, which you can use in any business process. And all that with very little manual work. And this is already available today. By the way, this is also one key topic when companies do an S/4HANA migration. Many companies consolidate multiple ERP systems into an S/4HANA instance. And a lot of impact is actually master data harmonization, as we saw in that example, because you know that master data is the foundation. So you need to have that solid foundation to build everything else on top. As this example has shown, our database and data management solutions give you all you need to keep your data under control and in good shape. So let's come to the next topic, which is application development and integration. Here, the SAP Cloud Platform is our platform for integration and for extension. We already, in former keynotes of TechEd, talked about the cloud platform integration, our extension factory, the cloud application programming model, and much more. So we have not yet talked about business services. So here, let me share more information about business services. One key value of the cloud platform will be a very strong set of business services. But what do we mean with this? Business services is dedicated functionality that is helping you to solve business challenges with reusable platform services and with content. This content, we, in most cases as SAP, will use ourselves in our applications, but we will also carve that out of our applications and make it available on the cloud platform. And we do that with more and more of our LOB applications, like S/4HANA, like C/4HANA, SuccessFactors, Fieldglass. So all of them actually carve out functionality of the application and makes it available on the cloud platform. This is, for example, true for order management, for onboarding, for timesheet as a service. Now, I want to give you one example of the C/4HANA area. So let's get back to our company selling athletic shoes. Let's assume that they have distribution centers, for example, in Delhi and in Mumbai. They have an online store, and they have traditional retail stores across the country, including here in Bangalore. To have the best customer experience, of course, you want to serve your customers fast. But most important is that you fulfill each customer order. But of course, also, you have to look at cost. So you want to minimize your delivery cost of each order. And therefore, you decide that the products, when someone buys them online, should be delivered from the shortest distance. From distribution centers, but even from retail stores. So you would pick up shoes from the retail store, if it makes sense, and then send them to a customer. So if you decide on that, this is called your sourcing strategy. This is not a simple problem to solve. It's a complex optimization problem. Of course, SAP does that for you in the combination of C/4HANA and S/4HANA. The business service that we are providing here is called Customer Order Sourcing. It's a public cloud service based on the SAP Cloud Platform. And we will use it internally, and we are offering it to you. So let me show you. Again, of course, what's the entry point for this? It's the API Business Hub. So here I can either search for it, or I'm lucky, I have it here. It's the Customer Order Sourcing service. And that service actually does exactly what I described. As the input, you give it the distribution centers you have, and you give it the stock that you have at each distribution center. So here with sources, actually you define the distribution centers. So you would give that service a list of distribution centers with the capacity and with the location where they are. Then you would give it availability data. So you would say for this product in this distribution center, we have those amount of products available. And then actually, when someone asks and orders online, for example, you can directly go to sourcing. You would ask, okay, I want to have this product here in that quantity, and I want to ship it to this location. And as the response, as you see here, you would get, okay, this product you should source from that distribution center here, and this is the amount you source from that distribution center. It could be the case that for one order you have multiple distribution centers that serve that amount. And then, of course, there's some more complex things like reservations. So if I shop online and put something in my shopping cart, I certainly do not want anyone to buy it away from me, right? So we need to reserve this at least as long as my session exists. So here you see that the API Business Hub is really our entry point for all of the integrations and the APIs. Of this cloud platform, of this customer order sourcing, actually you find a trial version in your cloud platform cockpit. Also, if you want to learn more, of course, go to api.sap.com. So it's good to have APIs, but also, of course, you want to build applications. So let's now talk a bit about the different tools and runtimes that you can use in the cloud platform. And many of you asked us, okay, what do I use when? So we want to make it a bit easier for you with the decision tree. So the scope of an extension you can build depends on your skill set and on the type of extension you want to build. If you are a professional software developer, you get the highest flexibility. You, of course, even can build extensions covering multiple SAP solutions. In case you have reusable ABAP skills, ABAP assets, you of course then should go for the ABAP environment on SAP Cloud Platform and use the RESTful ABAP programming model, RAP. Otherwise, you should take the application runtime on the Cloud Foundry environment. Here you can use the capabilities of the extension factory that we described and presented in Las Vegas. If you are not a professional service developer, the SAP Cloud Platform still helps you and gives you various options. For extending business processes and business flows, or changing decision data, you can use SAP Cloud Platform Business Rules or SAP Cloud Platform Workflow without having to write any code. If you want to build some UIs and some business logic, you can use SAP Cloud Platform Rapid Application Development by Mendix. So the cloud platform actually covers the whole spectrum from configuration only to low-code to full development options for building enterprise-grade applications. Now, again, let's get back to the shoe company. They use, we saw that, S/4HANA Cloud for their operations. So the goal is now to extend S/4HANA with a new application that provides store owners with suggestions of which shoes to order for their store, the local physical store. If we again look at the decision tree, here the best choice is ABAP. So they have spent years of training in ABAP, and of course they would love to reuse these skills. But even more importantly, they want to extend using an existing CDS view. So it is super easy to use the ABAP environment for this. And on the show floor, we have a developer garage. And there, Shyam is currently over there. And we will now do a broadcast. Shyam, over to you. Show us what you can do.
Thanks, Juergen. Good morning, everyone, from the developer garage. Let us extend Juergen's shoe shop example by giving the store owner a recommendation on what to restock, and this via a new functionality. Right? What you see here is a simple Fiori-based UI that lists all the products that are available in the store. But what we want is to be able to create a new functionality which recommends to the store owner a product that requires immediate restocking. He can get that by simply clicking on this recommend button, and you see that the new functionality recommends a product based on sales, user feedback, and stock level. Now that he has the product in front of him, he can go ahead and fill the stock by clicking on this fill stock, and if he's happy with the suggested quantity, he can say OK, and a new requisition is created for him in the background. With the new stock that is on the way, I'm sure the store owner is going to have more happy customers. Wasn't that simple? Let's see how we can technically realize this using the ABAP environment. With the modern ABAP development tools provided on top of Eclipse and using the ABAP RESTful programming model, you can quickly create this stack in 3 steps. First, build your data model and attach behavioral aspects to it. Then, define the service business scope and provision the service. Finally, consume and quickly test the service. Let's explore each of these steps in detail. For the data modeling, we have used ABAP Core Data Services. ABAP CDS provides powerful data modeling infrastructure with advanced view building capabilities. Once you've done with your data definition, you have to now attach behavioral and transactional capabilities to the model. You do this in a behavior definition. This is where we define the actions behind the recommend and the fill stock buttons. And we went in with a managed behavior because we want to concentrate only on our business logic and leave the rest to the framework. Once your behavior is defined, you have to, of course, implement the behavior. This is where we get into the familiar territory of an ABAP class. All you need to do is write your logic in a method, and then you're done. You can see here that we have simply selected the product that is low in stock, but is highly used and recommended by the customers. After this, we move on to defining the scope of the service. In the service definition, you decide what aspects of your data model and your behavior you want to expose as part of the service. And then what remains is only creating the service. Via the service binding, we have created an OData V2 based UI service for our scenario today. And finally, as part of the last step, we just have to activate the service locally in the system, and now it is very simple to test your service. All you need to do is click on this preview, and a Fiori based UI is generated for you, in which you can test all your service capabilities. And if you observe closely, this is the UI with which we tested our new functionalities today. Now, wasn't that easy to extend your application using the SAP Cloud Platform ABAP environment? You can try it too as part of the trial that is available for everyone today. I used the trial for today's demo. Here at the show floor, you can try out something similar using guided tutorials. If you want more information, then join us for the various lectures and hands-on sessions covering the ABAP environment topic here at SAP TechEd Bangalore. Thank you, everyone, and back to you, Juergen.
Shyam, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Yeah, to everyone. So make sure that you visit the developer garage to get some hands-on experience on the RESTful ABAP programming model, RAB, but of course also for all the other SAP technologies. Some customers in Barcelona actually at TechEd in the roundtable asked me, hey Juergen, be honest, how important is the SAP Cloud Platform to SAP? And the answer is very simple. It is extremely important to SAP. And I also will share some facts with you why. In total, by now we have around 30,000 productive applications running on SAP Cloud Platform. And we, SAP, We ourselves are a huge user of the SAP Cloud Platform. SAP itself runs more than 500 productive applications on the Cloud Platform. One of them, for example, being the SAP One Support Launchpad, where we organize all of our product support with more than 500,000 users, almost like 3 million views per month. And also, I mentioned it briefly already, we put parts of our core applications on the SAP Cloud Platform. We take content from S4HANA, from C4HANA, from SuccessFactors, and make it available, run it with the Cloud Platform. Many of you, as also we at SAP, have made significant investments also in the Neo-based SAP Cloud Platform. An investment from which all of us expect a stable and solid return, and we will get it. That's why I want to share with you that we will support you and we will continue even to selectively invest in Neo, for example, in high availability. And of course, I can assure you that we are fully committed to the SAP Cloud Platform, Cloud Foundry environment. And of course, we continue evolving these platforms. For example, Cloud Foundry, we make it Kubernetes ready, but that happens under the cover, not impacting the applications built on Cloud Foundry, if not necessary at all. So, of course, once you use Cloud Foundry, one of the advantages is that you have more options for multi-cloud environments. And this is also a question I got a lot. So SAP Cloud Platform is available on hyperscalers infrastructures, on Azure, on AWS, on Google, on Ali Cloud, and also in SAP's data centers. But customers, especially from the public sector and regulated industries, asked us for private clouds. And we had to find an efficient way to make this happen. And that's why we partner and collaborate with partners such as IBM and Atos. And today I can share with you that we have, with our private cloud edition of SAP Cloud Platform, we enable you to integrate, to extend, and to build new innovative applications in a dedicated SAP Cloud Platform environment. I'm happy to share with you that IBM and SAP have successfully onboarded our first 3 pilot customers. And together, we deliver our Cloud Platform, Cloud Foundry environment in a fully managed private cloud. So, once you have your infrastructure ready, what do you want to do? Of course, you want to continue in developing great applications. When you build great web applications on the SAP Cloud Platform, but on any other platform as well, you have to think about how to provide your users the best user experience. A quick story. Recently, I have been at an evening event at the Hasso-Plattner Institute where I did my PhD. And there, a former student of mine, who is now running his own business, building enterprise applications, was like running to me and thanking me for all of SAP's investment in SAP UI5, Web Components, Fiori, and so on. So that was a very nice surprise, and the statement made me very proud about our achievements in this area. Also, UI5 TechEd videos are among the most viewed. So we thought, why not giving you an update here in this keynote as well? In Las Vegas, I already talked about Fiori 3, our design concept. Today, I would like to talk a bit more about SAP UI5. And UI5 implements and supports SAP Fiori much better than any other framework like Angular or Ember or Vue. With the new release coming at the end of November, UI5 comes with roughly 150 SAP Fiori 3 enabled controls, and with SAP Fiori 3 integration capabilities like cards and pages. We come to that a bit later on. Also, we introduced the Quartz dark theme. Let me share some highlights what happened over the last 2 years, because we have been very dedicated and focused on the modernization and modularization of SAP UI5. We have, for example, achieved significant performance improvements. The initial load time could be reduced by half. The download time reduced by 1/3. And this makes a significant difference. So with SAP UI5, we provide you different web technology options. And I quickly want to go through those. So these here give you choice in how to enable SAP Fiori such that you get all the advantages, including enterprise-proven accessibility. Also, with UI5, you get the commitment from SAP that we do not make unnecessary incompatible changes. Unlike other web framework vendors, when the new version comes out, it doesn't work with the older version anymore. So first step are UI5 web components. They are lightweight and independent UI elements. These components are based on official HTML5 standards with all the advantages, meaning they can be used with any other web framework like Angular or Vue. For React, React comes with its own programming model. The UI5 web components for React is the choice. And if you want to develop a new browser app in an SAP context, SAP UI5 is the web framework of choice. For example, it brings OData support, which makes you much, much more efficient. So this will probably be the choice for you when you extend SAP applications. And then, last but not least, we have SAP Fiori elements. There we go even one step further. What we did was we identified the most common business application patterns, and these Fiori elements allow you to simply create applications based on metadata. I promise you, you cannot be more efficient if you want to build such an application. Remember my opening statement on developers and developers' life? So we want to make the life of developers better with a great development environment. And today, I am happy to announce a big step forward in this direction with SAP Business Application Studio. It is an evolution of the current development environment, SAP Web IDE. The Web IDE will remain the development environment for Neo customers. And SAP Business Application Studio will be the new development environment for the SAP Cloud Foundry environment. A few words about SAP Business Application Studio. It's a modular development environment. It's based on open source standards. It's based on open source. And its true power comes with compatibility with Visual Studio Code extensions. So the Business Application Studio is now available for beta as a new cloud platform service. And I know that some of you want to try it out immediately, but just what you have to do is in your Cloud Foundry sub-account, you have to check the box for beta features. So I talked a lot now and enough about that. Let's see it in action. I have Konrad with me here on stage. And Konrad, over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Juergen. So let's say your users come to you asking for some sort of summary application for their shoe store scenario. You gather their feedback, you do your research, you talk with designers, and what you come up with is a sort of lo-fi mock-up that looks something like this. This is an SAP Fiori Elements application that we call an overview page. An overview page provides a summary of business scenarios on what we call cards. And each of these cards contains a different piece of business critical information. For example, at the top left, we have a card that illustrates open customer service requests. To the right, we have common shoe types. Today, I'm going to build this application and create the cards. Let me show you how. So this is SAP Business Application Studio. It's a development environment for creating applications for the intelligent enterprise. So today, what I'm going to do is open up this Fiori Elements dedicated dev space and show you how it contains a number of extensions that make building applications simple, And it's also, you're going to see the full virtual machine running in the cloud. So, to begin our project, I'm going to open up our application generator, which we access from our command palette here. The command palette is essentially a one-stop shop for interacting with your code editor. Since our goal is to create an overview of our scenario, we're going to select the overview page. And we're going to connect our application generator to an OData service. I've prepared that ahead of time, so I'm simply going to paste it in here and press connect. Now, we need to select an entity type. I'm going to select global filters here. And what this is going to do is provide a filter for our users in the filter bar of the overview page that they can use to narrow down and interact with the data. For example, they can sort by country or by supplier. So now that this backend setup is complete, all we need to do is give our application a meaningful name. Since it's an overview, I'm simply going to call it My Store and generate the application. And actually, I'm going to switch over to computer 1 over here to wrap up. So while this is running on computer 1, the application generator is essentially creating a fully self-contained project as well as a runtime environment. The application generator is also going back to the back end, grabbing the annotations that are maintained there, and downloading them from me as a local annotation file. So now that this npm install is complete, we can actually go back to configuring our application. And what I'm going to do here is open up the overview page settings file in our source folder. Now, if you recall, when we looked at our mock-up, it featured a bunch of cards, but the cards line here is empty. Today, I'm going to use the guided development extension to put those cards in there. We're also going to access this from the command palette. And now I'm going to move this over to the side so we can still see our code. Since our goal is to create a card, I'm going to enter card, and we can see a list of cards that we can put on our overview page. Since we want a list of customer service requests, I'm going to select list card. We can see a description of what it is, as well as an image of what it looks like. More importantly, though, we have a place where we can actually configure the card. So I'm going to select customer service set so that we can see our list of customer service requests. I'm going to give it a card ID. We'll call it card 01 since it's our first card, and then a title, customer service requests. And now if I scroll down here, we can see the code that we would have to put into the settings file to actually put the code, or to put the card within the app. But perhaps more interestingly is if I just hit apply, it will actually just be applied to our settings file for us. So now if I want to see what this looks like, I can run the configuration here, and we can see our application with a single card on it. All I need to do is select project 1 and press play. In the end, what it's going to look like is something like this. However, I promised you an entire overview page. So all you need to know is that the procedure for generating the other cards is exactly the same, and the end result looks something like this. Back to you, Juergen.
All right. Thank you very much. It is great to see the Business Application Studio in action. It's great to see UI5 in action. And if you are standing back there, especially outside, we do have like 50, 70 seats here, and it is okay if you walk by here. We saw UI5 in action. As some of you might know, we open sourced the core of SAP UI5, OpenUI5. It is free and available on GitHub. And you should make use of OpenUI5 when you're working on open source projects. For example, the research organization CERN is doing that, and many others are doing it. Speaking about open source, did you know that SAP is actually one of the leading open source contributors? We are one of the top 10 companies contributing to projects on GitHub. We are the second biggest OpenJDK contributor, and SAP ranks among the top 3 when it comes to Cloud Foundry. And of course, we contribute to our own initiated open source projects. If you want to learn more, opensource.sap.com. We covered a lot of ground in this section on application development and integration. So let me summarize what you should keep in mind. SAP Cloud Platform is our integration and our extension platform providing you with a strong set of business services, as well as tools and runtime options to build your own extensions. ABAP users feel right at home, ABAP developers feel right at home, and a vast number of our very own applications are built on SAP Cloud Platform. It is extremely strategic for SAP. We just saw UI5. UI5 is the basis for Fiori 3 that helps you deliver the best end-user experience. And finally, joining the open source community is essential. Let me wrap up and close this section here, and let's move to analytics. We say that data is the new oil, but what does that mean? Can we make it somehow a bit more tangible? And for almost any situation, you can apply this formula. The amount of data times the quality of data times usage of data equals to data value. In SAP TechEd in Barcelona, we talked in detail about SAP HANA, and SAP HANA is going cloud native with HANA Cloud. We also talked a lot about Data Warehouse Cloud, which is complementary to BW for HANA. With SAP Analytics Cloud, we want to make sure that the third part of this formula, data usage, that this one is as high as possible. And in order to do that, we have to democratize analytics, but still we have it to do in a way that is governed, but lets users the freedom to work with data. So let's see how far we got with this already. Today, what I want to show you are the SAP Cloud Platform smart features. They allow even non-analytics experts to get valuable insights from their business data. So let's look at it. Here, what you see is a dashboard for our shoe company. And by now, we work with thousands of customers to create such dashboards. These dashboards, of course, help to understand the details of the business and give you information and to make informed decisions. Here, for example, we see where our revenue is coming from, but I will not go through this dashboard in detail. What I will do is I will talk to you a bit about how people can create such dashboards. So, and particularly, I want to show you one feature where we made significant improvements over the recent time. And this is called SAP Smart Discovery. So let us run a smart discovery. Before we do that, I give you a bit of context. So here, let's assume I got a subset of our overall information here, and the company doesn't yet run on Data Warehouse Cloud as it is in reality. I got a CSV file. And now someone is asking me to provide a comprehensive analysis of what I find in this data. And here, I'm mostly interested in annual spend. And while this runs here in the background, I will talk to you about Frank. Frank is actually an excellent developer at the SAP Innovation Center in Potsdam. But once he made the mistake to show how great his SAP Analytics Cloud skills are as well. And then everyone, including me, approached him and said, hey, Frank, can you build me this dashboard? Can you include a new analytics story? And of course he did, and he did that great. But it took him a couple of hours or even half a day. And now, with this here, what we actually see, let me switch to computer 2. Do we see that? Thank you. What we see is that what actually Frank took like a couple of hours or even half a day, we now see here. So we have an overview of this data. So in this subset, we have $1.5 million of revenue. We immediately see that most customers spend something between $100 and $300 with us. And then, of course, you see like predictions of revenue and so on and so on. The next question that is always being asked is, what are key influencers? How can I change this annual spend, which is like our revenue? Of course, the products, amount of products purchased play a big role in this. But also what you see here is that we have a machine learning model, and this machine learning model also found correlations, for example, with regard to the annual number of races, so how much do people run, and also with the distribution channels. So of course, here, next thing would be unexpected values. I think it's clear what this is, so let's directly jump to a simulation. Here, what SAP Analytics Cloud automatically did for us is picked a random customer. So an average customer, not a random customer, an average customer. What an average customer spends $630 with us, buys 16.6 products with us, and has 25 runs per year. Now, I would be interested in what would happen if I could push my customers a bit more, and if they would also be healthier probably, would say, okay, what happened if they wouldn't run 25 times a year, but 35 times a year? And if I push enter, look at the revenue number. Here, what we see, because SAP Analytics Cloud understands all the correlations, it predicts that if people would run 10 more runs a year, we would earn 9% more. So this is good insight already. And now I'm getting really interested. So what would I do if I now want to ask more questions? For that, we have a tool called Search to Insights. And here I can ask questions in natural language. And I always wanted to know, show me annual spend. So you see that this is also understanding the semantics. It understands what annual spend actually is by customer profile. These are our different customer groups, our segmentation. And I would like to understand that by distribution channel. So, and here we have our different customer segments. We have beginners, we have our most loyal customers, the high-value customers, and infrequent customers. And we do see our distribution channels. Online, we have an outlet store, and we have a retail store. And here, this is interesting. So the most loyal customers seem to spend a lot of money online, whereas like infrequent customers spend a lot of money in retail stores. So it seems that they start in the retail store, and then if we could convert them, then we would actually have a very loyal, high-value customer base. I'm interested in this, and here I show you how easy it is to create my own dashboard. So I can ask any question, and then I can just copy this to a new Canvas page in this overview here. And let me make that a bit larger. And then what we even can do is we can add a text description. So here, again, a machine learning model is running in the back, analyzing all this data, and then having a natural language generation created for us, such that we can easily combine this and embed this in our dashboard. So I think when it comes to democratizing analytics, that this is a game changer. SAC builds such a dashboard automatically for you. And it is something that only SAP can deliver. Why is that? The data model that we use here is the same that we use in our applications. It is only possible because of HANA, because we store data at the lowest level of granularity. With that, you have the ultimate flexibility. You can do anything. You can run these complex machine learning models. You can do anything you want. And this is live data. It's not the case that each and every user has a copy of that data, which is probably outdated very soon, but you have one single source of truth. It is updated with every transaction in your operational system. So that is very impressive, and we as SAP are embedding this into our applications. So we are embedding SAP Analytics Cloud into S/4HANA and also into SuccessFactors. Both of these are available with the upcoming Q4 releases with SAC Analytics Cloud embedded at no extra cost. So you probably think, okay, that is great. It's very good to have these capabilities in SAP products, but what about you? If you want to build own applications, if you want to extend. Today, I'm happy to announce that we solved that problem for you, as we are embedding SAP Analytics Cloud as part of SAP Cloud Platform. You're right, this is a huge step. The service will be available latest in Q1 2020, and you can use it again through our simplified commercial model, the SAP Cloud Platform Enterprise Agreement. So some of you already understood what this means, but let's look at it in practice. Let's have a feature demo here, and let's go through that. So the SAP Analytics Cloud Embedded Edition will be available like any other service within the cloud platform. You create a service instance and link it to your CDS, Common Data Service-based application. An Analytics Cloud tenant with live connectivity to your application's HANA database will be created for you. The service credentials are then made available for your application's environment, and you can simply embed SAC programmatically. And here, look at this. This is how easy it is. You open your IDE of choice, you get the controller where you want to embed SAC, and then you just add a few lines of JavaScript. Embedded SAC is also about content. So you can create stories that will be pre-delivered to your application's users. In this case, we offer the store owner also a nice story to better understand the runner's community in the local area. But also, similarly important, users can create their own stories as well. They can go to the story creation mode of SAC, and they can reuse all their skills in creating insightful analytical stories. What they can do is they can work with the application's data model, thanks to CDS, and they are able to build custom queries with the visual designer here. Also, as I said, starting latest in Q1 2020, you can provide great analytics capabilities in your applications with just a few lines of JavaScript. So now everyone should understand how great this is. Okay, so you remember the data value formula? Amount of data, no problem anymore with SAP HANA and SAP HANA Cloud. Data quality, check with Data Warehouse Cloud, SAP Data Intelligence. Usage of data is now also super simple and will be huge with SAP Analytics Cloud, powered by these smart features. And actually, you will feel it in your organization when the value of data is truly unlocked. Everyone loves it. We felt it. It makes such a huge difference when you have one single source of truth everyone can work with. So if you, in your dedicated area of responsibility, want to massively contribute to your company's success, you want to help your company becoming insight-driven, you can do that. You can be a change agent. Let us now come to the fourth section of our business technology platform, intelligent technologies. So before I became CTO of SAP, I was SAP's first Chief Innovation Officer. And in that role, my team and I, we introduced machine learning at broad scale at SAP. At Sapphire 2018, roughly 1.5 years back, we promised to include roughly 60 machine learning cases into SAP applications within the next 3 years, so by mid-2021. By the end of this year, 2019, we will already have more than 200 machine learning cases already. And it's not about the sheer number of cases, but it's about the value that is being created with them. So we help all of you embedding machine learning into your companies by embedding machine learning into all of our solutions. In Las Vegas, I also already talked about SAP Intelligent Robotic Process Automation. And what else is going on in this area? Do you remember how easy it was for me to just type one sentence in natural language, and then in the analytics demo, I got the complete feedback, the model back, and the analysis back? This is the power of chatbots. You just have a few words of text that are enough to carry out complex interactions. And SAP Conversational AI is our solution for creating chatbots. It understands users' intentions, it performs the right actions, and it delivers the wanted answers. We use that ourselves within SAP. For example, a chatbot for our HR solution, SuccessFactors, will be available early next year. Then you can perform, for example, the entire hiring tasks without even looking into the application SuccessFactors itself. So how is conversational AI also helping you to extend the capabilities of the intelligence suite? For that, let's welcome Suparna here on stage. And Suparna works in our local Bangalore conversational AI team. And she will show us the integration features that we ship with our latest release at TechEd in Las Vegas, and much more. Suparna, over to you.
Thank you, Juergen. So let me show you how we are simplifying the end-user experience by integrating chatbots into SAP products. So here I have in front of me Fiori Launchpad, and you can see over here I have integrated a chatbot. So what can I do for my store manager? For example, if he has to check the stock availability, he can simply ask, show my stock for Nemo MU. This is the shoe model. And what you see is the bot actually understands what he wants to do and retrieves the data from the backend. It's that simple an experience for the store manager. Question is, how simple it is for me as a developer to build this bot. In order to check that, let's go to SAP Conversational AI, SAP's end-to-end bot building platform. Here, I am in the builder, and you can see all the skills that I have built into this chatbot. I also have these pre-built skills offered by SAP Conversational AI that I can simply copy. In this case, the skill that was triggered was stock availability. And if I take a closer look at it to see how I did the backend connection, I need to go to Actions tab. What I have to do is simply configure this destination. What I have done here is I have leveraged SAP Cloud Platform's destination service. This is the same familiar destination configuration that you do in the SAP Cloud Platform cockpit. It's connecting to S/4HANA on-prem using Cloud Connector. When I go back to my builder now, I just give the relative URL over here of my OData service from which I retrieve the data. How do I do the response mapping? Simply go to response. Here I give it a header, say stock availability, and I can just drill down to the actual parameter from where I want to retrieve the data. That's all I had to do to actually connect to the backend and show the data back to the end user. You can already see how much of my time has been saved by the platform. I did not have to do any boilerplate coding. Now, I also have to integrate this chatbot into UI. And in order to do that, I have to go to Connect tab. Here, in addition to all the existing integrations that we have, we also now offer a brand new SAP Conversational AI web client. It comes with Fiori 3.0 styles, and in order to integrate it into Fiori Launchpad, I had to give it a system ID. Here it's the ABAP system and the client ID, and configure the same in Fiori Launchpad Designer. So you see how easy it was for me to not only integrate it to backend, but also integrate it into the SAP UI. One other important thing that I want to show you is the feature of integrating the backend APIs is available for any REST API. What I have done over here is I have integrated Service Ticket Intelligence, which is actually a business service, which Juergen talked about before, and I can show it to you in action. It just takes the feedback from the end user and creates a ticket in the backend. In order to see it in action, let's go back to Fiori Launchpad, and I just say, I want to provide feedback for this model. Okay, let me say customer request yellow model because that's trendy. And it actually has created a ticket. Not only that, it also remembers the context. See, I did not have to tell it the model name. So you see a chatbot integrated across backends and a very simple user experience. Not only that, a very simple developer experience as well, thanks to the platform. Over to you, Juergen.
Sufana, thank you very much. And recently in Germany, we had a day off, and I spent that day actually trying out different chatbot platforms, the one ours and the one of different hyperscalers. Of course, each and every one has advantages and disadvantages. This one is the best if you want to use it in an SAP context. The connection that you saw, this like saves you so much time and makes things so easy. It's amazing. And then, of course, you have these small things like she just said, I want to give feedback for this model. The chat has to understand that, so you need to set some context. So there's a lot of great work behind this. As I said, SAP Conversational AI is the best chatbot building platform if you are in the SAP context. Let's quickly get back to one other of our intelligent technologies, data intelligence. Let's again go back to our shoe company example. So they already bring data together from different sources using data intelligence. We have seen the analytics part, and we have seen how easy it is for store owners and management to get relevant insights. But, and I will promise you that, once you start with analytics, you cannot stop. So more and more questions will come. Questions which, of course, could be answered with the help of machine learning. For example, questions could be, when do runners most likely buy new equipment? Which advertisements did they run by or saw that could have triggered a buying decision, etc., etc. Then, as a company, usually what you do is you create a small data science team, and they try to answer all these queries and questions, but they will be overwhelmed. The good thing is that with data intelligence, they don't waste time on data preparation anymore. That very often in a machine learning project is 80% of the time. But with more and more questions coming in, the data science team will not be able to keep up. They have to select suitable algorithms, they have to build machine learning models, and it is very complex to fine-tune hyperparameters of these models. It takes a lot of effort. It can be days, it can be weeks, it can be months. So how to solve that situation? Of course, you can try to hire more data scientists, but that's often close to impossible. They are hard to get on the market. So for an SAP context, we decided to give you an alternative with AutoML in SAP Data Intelligence. With AutoML, a wizard guides you through the process of designing your business problem. You specify the data sets for training and for testing. You specify the objective of your project and how much time and compute resources you are willing to spend. AutoML then automatically tests multiple algorithms in parallel to figure out which one works best for your business data for this problem in your situation. So no more days and weeks of like reading up on suitable algorithms, testing them against each other. AutoML does that for you. And finally, of course, we integrate this. You get a data intelligence pipeline that can be deployed and used just like all our intelligent business services. So you can use such a model, expose it as a service, use it in data intelligence. You also could integrate it in a chatbot, as we have just seen with service ticket intelligence in the conversational AI demo. Or you can create an extension in C4HANA and S4HANA or any other solution and directly make this information available, for example, in the planning process for marketing campaigns. So you have heard examples of how we bring all these technologies together on the SAP Business Technology Platform, from HANA to Data Warehouse Cloud to Cloud Platform, Analytics Cloud, Conversational AI. And over time, and you saw that already, you get common monitoring, common security, common connection management, and so on for all these technologies. Also, we support hybrid scenarios because many customers are in a hybrid world and will be in a hybrid world for still quite some time with on-premise solutions and cloud solutions. Now we went through all these 4 sections of the Business Technology Platform. I want to share one more aspect with you, which is how we anticipate you working with hyperscalers when SAP is in the mix. So we defined a reference architecture for building applications using SAP technologies, but also leveraging partner services. SAP is and will continue to offer differentiating services as well as services that are necessary for smooth operations of the intelligent enterprise. But we want you to be able to leverage the best of both worlds, scale and flexibility of hyperscalers, plus business centricity, business content, business technology from SAP. So we went through all the hyperscaler services, each and every one of them, and we whitelisted the ones you can use with neither the fear of being locked out of SAP innovations, nor the fear of being completely locked into a hyperscaler offering. It's very much like in our R3 days, this infrastructure independence. It is in our DNA. I want to show you 2 examples today. First, let's have a quick look at the reference architecture, including Google Cloud Platform services. Here you see SAP services, SAP applications, of course, and you do see Google Cloud Platform services, and they can be used together. In Las Vegas, in Barcelona, I showed you a similar slide for Azure and for AWS. So one is missing, right? So now you might ask, what about Alibaba Cloud? And we do have a reference architecture, including Alibaba Cloud services as well. So let's talk a bit more about the collaboration between SAP and Alibaba. For that, it's my great pleasure to have Juergen here on stage. Juergen is the Chief Product Officer of Alibaba Cloud. Juergen, please join me on stage.
Hi, Juergen.
Hi, Juergen. It's a pleasure. Thanks for joining us here at SAP TechEd in Bangalore.
Yeah, thanks for having me here, here with you. It's my great pleasure to be here with you at SAP TechEd in Bangalore.
Thank you so much. Juergen, you are the Chief Product Officer of Alibaba Cloud. What are you doing?
I am responsible for product and solution strategy and roadmap of Alibaba Cloud.
Very good. Juergen, first of all, I have to congratulate you and the whole Alibaba team. I'm pretty sure you just set a world record on 11/11, what you also is formerly known as Singles Day. I think Alibaba, congratulations, made.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
The world record, I'm very sure it is a world record, is try to make $38 billion in revenue in 24 hours.
Thank you. Good shopping. Behind the business is the technology. Actually, it is the first time all Alibaba business applications running on Alibaba Cloud, the public cloud. So at the peak time, there were over 500,000 transactions per second. And in the 24 hours, there were over 900 petabyte data were processed. And I would say SAP was part of that, involved.
Thank you. Juergen, thank you for those insights. And also, of course, we are happy to contribute a small piece to that massive scale. Juergen, which SAP systems can customers actually run on Alibaba Cloud?
Oh, there are many. Actually, customer has different, multiple options. So in China, customer can use S/4HANA Cloud and SAP Cloud Platform directly, which built on Alibaba Cloud infrastructure. Globally, customer has the choices to deploy on-premise version of S/4HANA, BW4HANA, etc. On Alibaba Cloud. And as well, customer can combine SAP solutions and Alibaba Cloud platform service together.
Yeah, that's what we worked in. This is great. Martin, can you share one concrete customer example where they run SAP and they use Alibaba Cloud platform services as well?
Sure, I'd love to. I would like to introduce one client example of the joint customer, ZPMC. ZPMC, oh yeah, the picture, look at the picture. ZPMC is a famous manufacturer. They build those huge machines for the port, all those ones. It's a leader. It has been a champion over 20 years. It has 70% of the market share in the industry. In early 2007, ZPMC started their journey of digital transformation with a target of higher business efficiency and higher cost efficiency, security, and compliance. Their key weapon is SAP plus Alibaba Cloud. After nearly 12 months hard working, they brought 9 sets of SAP-related systems to live on Alibaba Cloud, including S/4HANA, BW4HANA, Business Object, PO, and Solution Managers. Through embracing SAP system, by deploying them on Alibaba Cloud, ZPMC is able to minimize their IT effort on infrastructure maintenance and focus more on how to agile their business applications to adapt to changing market. So once they migrate to cloud, they don't need to migrate from old machines to new machines every 5 years. That's very hard. With this solid result, they are now more confident on their digital transformation journey through SAP and Alibaba Cloud. For this moment, they are in their second phase of the SAP project to rolling out S/4HANA to all its subsidiaries and migrating the SAP MDG system to Alibaba Cloud.
That's great to hear. It's good for our customers because in the end, we put the customer in the center, and as you can see with this example, we make them successful jointly. Martin, I know that, of course, the roots of Alibaba Cloud are in China, and we are closely working together there, but you're also expanding, right? So share some news with us.
Yes, sure. Besides ZPMC, we have more and more customers from different industries, from manufacturing to auto, finance, and retail, etc. And we have more and more customers in different countries. In India, yes, in India we have customers, and Indonesia, South Korea, Germany, and France. We have more and more customers all over the world. There are over 100 enterprise customers have already migrated their whole SAP system to Alibaba Cloud.
So this shows the progress of our partnership and collaboration, and I'm very much looking forward to that. And before I let you go, I have to especially thank you that you made this possible to join me here in the week of 11/11, because I know you had to arrange a lot of things. So Martin, thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to the collaboration.
Yeah, and thank you. And we are looking forward to involve in terms of customer using SAP Alibaba Cloud infrastructure. And I should thank you, Juergen, for giving me the opportunity to speak with the enthusiasm audience here of SAP developers, architects, and partners. Thank you.
Martin, thank you very much.
Thanks
a lot. Thank you. So, thank you. So I hope this gave you a very good overview of how we are working together with hyperscalers. So before you start your first or your next project on cloud platform, be sure to check out sap.com/cloud-platform. Here you get a free trial account, and also on top of that, you get free cloud credits worth $2,300 for 3 months. To learn more about this, you need to visit the learning booth here on the show floor at SAP TechEd in Bangalore. With this, let me close the chapter on the business technology platform as well, and let me move to the third part, which is experience. So, we shared with you how you can become an insight-driven company with analytics. But there's even more to it. We at SAP want you to become an experience company such that your customers become fans, your products become obsessions, your employees become ambassadors, and your brand starts something like a movement. It's always about listening, understanding, and acting. And let's assume the shoe company already has pretty good experience management processes in place. They talk to customers whenever possible, collect feedback in a structured manner, incorporate it into their business. But experience data is most powerful when you connect it and collect it in the same moment. I don't know how it is about you, but I don't remember how my run was 5 days ago. I have to give that feedback immediately. And this is why the shoe company is collecting feedback now, right when you finish your run. So let me quickly demonstrate that. That's unfortunately already the last demo that we have here at SAP TechEd in this keynote. There will be many more over the next couple of days. So let's assume I just finished my run. Many running applications ask you how the run was. Okay, fair. So the run was okay. The app here, interesting to know, also knows my shoe. When I save this activity, it gives me feedback that the activity is saved. And now, interestingly, another survey comes, which is the Qualtrics survey. And here, it's not about how my run was. It's about how I feel about the shoe. The product team in the shoe company is interested about getting feedback on the shoe. And they know my shoe, and I like this shoe a lot. And now, something interesting happened. I just crossed the 200-kilometer mark with those shoes. And now the product team has a very specific question to me. They want to know, after 200 kilometers, how is the cushioning compared to the beginning? And like for the first 100 kilometers, I felt like running on clouds. But now it really feels a bit worse. It's still comfortable, but a bit worse. So that's it on the Qualtrics side. I know that it wouldn't be TechEd if you would not be interested in how this works. And I will go through it. I have to warn the non-technical audience a bit, because we will go into quite a few details here. First of all, I need to make sure that Qualtrics actually knows what I bought. So I somehow need to inform Qualtrics. And in order to do that, we create a message for each and every sales order that is coming to our S/4HANA system. There's a queue for sales orders. And I do that in SAP Cloud Platform Enterprise Messaging. So here, for this data integration, actually, what I do is I have a webhook. So for each order which comes in, this URL is called. And what does this URL do? This is actually a Cloud Platform integration flow. This is an integration from S/4HANA customer order data to the Qualtrics XM directory. And it does some things. I will not go into all details. But what it does here is it searches for me as a contact. Am I, Juergen, already registered in the Qualtrics XM directory? Let's assume I am not. Now my contact is created, and they also add the information that I have bought this shoe. This is how they combine this information. Then what we need to do is we also want to have this running distance, right? We want to have the product team ask very specific questions. So each and every time I save an activity, I have another event, another message that I create. And here I know that I want to do a bit more than just data integration. I later on will have some like material, some marketing campaigns and so on. Therefore, I use the SAP's open source project Kyma for function as a service. Next year, this will also be integrated in cloud platform integration to make your life even easier. Here in Kyma, we implement lambdas, and we do have an event messaging receiver, which would get this event that an activity is saved. And what actually is happening here, I will not go through everything, but here what is happening is I update the Qualtrics system for my user, my contact ID, and what I do is I update the total run distance with the new distance that I have from my app for the actual shoe that I chose. Very straightforward, right? Now let's have a look how this looks in Qualtrics. So I already am in the Qualtrics directory here. I have the contacts, I found myself, I opted in. And here you see that Qualtrics has some custom attributes. It's the shoe name and the running distance, 203 kilometers. So now what Qualtrics has is, of course, different projects that you can manage here. And I want to show you this in-app feedback project that we have. So Qualtrics has a very good concept called intercepts. So here I define when a certain survey should be triggered. And we saw two, right? So one survey gets triggered all the time. This is the general run feedback. And it becomes very interesting for the second one. So this is only triggered if a custom property, in our case, the total run distance, is greater than or equal to 100. Then I have the special 200 plus kilometers Qualtrics survey. And we can have a look at this. This is exactly the survey that I filled out with these two questions here. So that is done. Qualtrics is set up. I used an iOS device, right, for tracking my run. So therefore, what we still have to do is we have to go into Xcode, and we have a Swift controller here. And whenever I save the activity button, what actually happens is we submit the running trace. If this works, we let the user know that the activity is saved. And then we turn to the Qualtrics SDK for iOS. What we do is we call Qualtrics and ask whether for this context and this situation, there's any survey that should be shown. And this is an asynchronous function. It will call us back and provides us a function such that we can check whether there are surveys to be shown or not. If there are, we basically don't do anything, but hand over the control to the Qualtrics iOS SDK, and this will handle all the surveys and then give us the control back. So also here now on the Xcode side, everything is set up. Last but not least, I want to show you how we integrate this into SAP Analytics Cloud. So here what you see is the NPS score for the different models. And from here, of course, you can be creative now and really combine your operational data with this experience data. I hope that this gave you a very, very good detail to see how exactly this works. You can see which shoes are most liked by your customers. You can directly address customer pain points from marketing to product engineering. And I hope that you can apply this within your companies as well. So it's not it's not O or X data, it's the combination of both, which will put you ahead of your competition. Ask the right questions, continue to improve all the time, and you can become a true experience company. So give me 2 more minutes to wrap up. Let me quickly summarize the key takeaways. SAP helps you to combine operational data and experience data and is infusing intelligence along the way. We always have been a leader for enterprise applications. We continue to harmonize our solutions along end-to-end processes. Today, you learned more about C4HANA. On experience, the combination of X data with O data can make a massive difference. You can leverage, for that, you can leverage the cloud platform, Qualtrics Developer Platform, Analytics Cloud, to really gain new insights. On intelligence, we not only introduced the business technology platform, but also we shared a number of new announcements in Las Vegas, in Barcelona, and here today. I will not go through them in detail, but you will see that online, and if you haven't, Also, of course, I invite you to watch the replays of the other keynotes. So, make use of all the learning opportunities here on site and at OpenSAP, our free learning platform. Before coming here to India, I checked OpenSAP because I'm a huge fan. And did you know that 1/3 of all of our learners at OpenSAP come from India? Woo! So, please, whoever already used OpenSAP.com, please stand up. Open.sap.com. Who used it? Who is a learner? Congratulations. Nice. Very, very good. This shows your passion, your innovative thinking. You can stay. You can stay. Stand up. Stand up. We anyway are done. We're almost done. So, this shows your innovative thinking. This shows your passion for technology. And in the beginning, I said that this year I was committed enough to say I do all the 3 SAP TechEd keynotes, right? But it's not just me standing here on stage, but I want to take the opportunity to thank the whole team. So it's a lot of people contributed. I called out a few. So thank you to Jessica, to Michael, Thomas, Ike, Martin, Shilaya, Daniel, Danilo, Stefan, Sophia, Bernard, Daniela, Ian, and Anjeban. With that being said, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for watching online. Make use of this event and have a great TechEd. Thank you very much.